Hey there, my name is Kevin Butler, and I'm a certified professional ergonomist that works for Steelcase, and this is the Steelcase Series 2 High Performing Task Chair. Series 2 is an intelligent, intuitive, high performance task chair that has seat height, it has seat pan depth, it has a counterbalance weight activated mechanism with a boost setting as well as an upright lock. It has an adjustable lumbar, and it has fully functional 4-dimensional arm supports. So today we are going to walk through not only the how, but the why you would want to adjust your Series 2 chair in a very particular way to optimize comfort. So where do we start? Let's start with seat height. So to get to seat height, you come around here to the right side. There is a lever right here where if I want the chair to go up, I actually kind of pop out of the chair a little bit. I push down on the lever and the chair pops up. Now to get it to go down, I stay seated, hit that lever again, and the chair will go down. Now, where do I want this to be? I need the chair height to be set so that my thighs are approximately parallel to the ground and that my feet drop directly below the knee or a little bit out in front a little bit. Now, what about seat pan depth? Well, if you go to the seat height lever and you go underneath the seat pan, right at the same spot, there's a little lever there that you can hear. That is the seat pan depth adjustment lever. To adjust the seat pan depth, I'm going to want to engage that lever. Again, come out of the chair just a tad. And now I have an incredible seat pan depth range. Now, where do I want this to be set? The only criteria that I use for seat pan depth is after I'm fully in the chair, you have to make sure that the front edge of the seat pan does not come into contact with the back of the knee. A lot of people like to use finger width as a guide. So 2 or 3 finger widths is sufficient as far as clearance between the front of the seat pan and the back of the knee. If it gets a little bit too close, it has the potential for some circulation challenges from the knee down. So you want to make sure that you have enough space there. Okay? Now, let's come around here to the tension. As I mentioned before, this is a counterbalance or weight activated mechanism. So what that means is this chair has all the way counterclockwise. This chair has true counterbalance. It has a boost setting, and it has upright lock. So let's go back all the way counterclockwise, 2 clicks to true counterbalance. What does that mean? That means that this chair senses the amount of weight on the seat pan. So if I apply more weight here, it is more difficult to push the chair back. In other words, more support. Okay? So if I have more mass in the upper body and I apply more weight to the seat pan, it knows to apply more support so that I am properly supported, whether I want to sit upright, all the way reclined, or back up, or really anywhere in between. So this is true counterbalance all the way to the left. Okay? So my recommendation is sit down, crank it all the way to the left, sit back in the chair, and go through the motion. Now, if you go halfway and stop and you find yourself kind of fighting to keep the chair in the right spot, it probably means there's not enough tension on the chair. What do you do then? You go back over here and you crank it once to the right. That is boost. Boost is going to give you approximately 20% greater tension on the chair or support. Now, if I try and go halfway back and stop, that for me is perfect. Okay? Absolutely perfect. Now, last thing I'll say about this is that if you insist, if you know based on prior use or a pre-existing condition that you absolutely positively have to have the chair locked upright, I don't recommend it if there's a choice involved, because I'm a huge proponent of human performance and movement. And I know that if I can actually increase or open a hip angle, that's going to be better for the user long term. So if you can actually get in the chair and recline a little bit, great. If you absolutely know you need to lock the chair upright, you can come back down here, one more to the right, and the chair is locked. Now, I know that a boost setting is best for me, so I'm going to go back to that setting, okay? Now, what's next? Well, let's go to the adjustable lumbar. There are 2 little levers on the side here, and they're connected to the adjustable lumbar support. So where do I want this? I want the adjustable lumbar support to be in what we call the apex of the lumbar spine, where the lumbar spine curves in the greatest. That spot is where I want to nestle the lumbar support, okay? So I can move this very easily up and down, and I'm going to pick a spot, sit back in the chair, and right there it's a little bit low. So I'm going to come back over here, just up a little bit more, tuck back in the chair, and that's it. That's perfect, okay? Now, the last thing we want to do is the armrests. The armrests, as I mentioned before, are 4-dimensional, okay? There is a button over here to the side. When I depress that button and hold it down, I can actually move the armrest approximately 7 to 11 inches from the seat pan. And both arms do the same thing. Now, the chair also has a lateral movement. It will move 2.25 inches on each arm. Okay? It also has a twist, and each armrest will move forward and backwards. Now, that's a lot of adjustability. Okay? Now, where should we put the armrests with all that adjustability? I prefer for one criteria, and that criteria is make certain that if you do use the armrest for support, if you find value in using an armrest, make sure you don't use the armrest as a crutch. Now, what does that mean? That means that the armrest maybe is a little bit too high, and in order to actually get work done, you actually find yourself relying on or pushing down or compressing that elbow. Bad things can happen when you start compressing on that elbow, even on a really, really comfortable armrest like this. So if you want to use the armrest for support, bring them up just enough so that you get the support you need, but that you're not putting yourself in awkward postures and certainly not inducing any contact stress at the elbow. And that's it. That is how to optimize the Steelcase Series 2 chair. Good luck, you can do it, and stay safe.